Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Ad America. We are the U.S. Embassy's American Center, the place to learn more about American culture. So, about America, my name is Aldi Rashid. I am one of the e-guides here at Ad America, and I will be your host for today's podcast. You are watching Podcast Ad America Road to Super Bowl 58. Ladies and gentlemen, Sobat America watching from home. Speaking about American culture, the Super Bowl is the epitome of American culture. It is an event watched by millions and millions of people wanting to find out if the Chiefs are going to win their third title in 5 years or the 49ers will bring back the trophy to San Francisco. Today we have two very special podcasters, and the first one is the captain of the Capitals Flag Football team and also the co-founder of Jakarta Flag Football. Please welcome Enrico Tanot.
Hello, hello, hello. Thank you, Aldi. Okay, I think I'm going to welcome again. Welcome to Podcast at America, the road to Super Bowl LVIII. Sorry, I'm going to repeat that again. Super Bowl 58.
58.
Okay, let me introduce myself again. My name is Enrico, and I'm the co-founders of Jakarta Flag Football, and also NFL enthusiast. As you can see, maybe the audience that's viewing here, you can see my hat here.
Boo. Boo.
Okay, I'm a Cowboys fan. Thank you.
Boo
I
Cowboys.
know. There's a lot of haters here, but still, I have faith. I have faith. Okay, like every
year.
Cowboys fan said,
Every
this
year.
year is our year.
Exactly.
Let's go. Well, I mean, good to know if there's a fans here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So before we jump into the main event, main discussion, I would like to invite viewers here. If you have any questions, please feel free to do here. Okay, you can find the information here. You can send the questions online, and we will discuss about it after this. Okay. So I would like to introduce beside me here. Okay, he is also one of the founders of the Jakarta Flag Football, and he's the offensive coordinator for Women's National Flag Football Team, Team Jakarta defensive back, and as you can see the clothes here, he is a 49ers fan.
Let's go Niners.
Let's go.
Bang,
no,
bang, Niner
let's
gang.
go. Give the applause for Charakaro Sandi, or you can call him Chachi.
Yeah, Chachi. Thanks, Enrico.
How are you, Chach?
I'm good. It's
You,
11.
I mean, of course you're good.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say. I think for the last week or more, I've been saying it's a great day to be a Niners fan. Very, very great day to be a Niners fan. And,
same like 2020, right? I think a couple of weeks before
man,
Super
shut
Bowl.
up.
You
You don't have to bring that up, okay? We haven't started talking about it, but
so
yeah, I'm Chachi.
tell us a bit about yourself. And okay, why Niners?
Okay. So yeah, thanks. I'm Chachi, and as everything Enrico said, it's true. I co-founded JFF with Enrico as well. Fun fact, we are actually cousins. He was one of the first people that I invited to play flag football. It's been great since, and we're on the same team as well. So very blessed to be able to play with my cousin. And I typically actually play more basketball, but for the last few years, I've been more focused on football. It's a lot of fun.
Same.
I think I would argue it's probably the most strategic, most tactical sport I've ever played in my life. And
True.
that's the
Besides
fun part.
chess, right?
Chess is not a sport. I love chess.
It's
Just so you
it's
know,
still a sport.
I love chess. It's not
still
a sport.
Okay.
But in any case, but that's what I like to say, right? I like to say that American football is chess, but with violence, which is perfect. Now, in terms of 49ers, why I like the 49ers, it's actually pretty simple. Back then, I played a computer game called Backyard Baseball.
Okay.
And then they had a demo game as well called Backyard Football. The only team you could play as was the 49ers.
Why?
That's it. I don't know. I guess they were good back then. But
so you were lucky that it's not Panthers, right?
yeah. That's a bit
No
harsh.
offense for
That's a
Panthers
bit
fan,
harsh.
but I mean,
Yeah, they're not doing too well. Sorry, Bryce Young. But yeah, so it was kind of like when say an animal hatches from an egg, and the first thing they see is they assume is their
Yep,
mom.
yep,
Yeah, that's
yep.
it. So I just went for the
As simple as that.
Niners. The same with
And-
basketball. I like the Kings because they're the first team I knew too. So
Okay.
shocker. But
Okay,
that's
good.
49ers. But I also do like San Francisco because we have cousins there, we have family there.
Yep.
I like tech. I've been in tech my entire career. So I do have an interest in Silicon Valley and California in general. So yeah, go Niners.
All right.
Go Niners. Bang, bang, Niner gang.
So are you gonna ask me why Cowboys?
Oh, no, that's not important. But yeah, actually.
Come on, man.
Okay,
You-
fine.
okay.
Fine. Why Cowboys?
Well, fun fact too. It started with basketball. So
Okay.
I love Germany.
Cowboys.
No, I love the German player Nowitzki.
That's right.
Right.
Mavericks.
So I watched Mavericks.
Yeah.
And then when I jumped into NFL, I said, okay, why not support another Dallas team? So I'll go to
America's
Mavs.
team.
I know, right?
America's-
America's team.
Yeah.
America's dream team now.
America's most hated team. Like, this is your year. This is definitely your year.
Of course. And you will say that again next year. you know we have the same ring, right?
Yeah, okay.
You know
we don't
Niners
have
and
to go there.
Cowboys have the same exact ring.
But it's funny because literally a few weeks ago, I think during Christmas and New Year, I met someone. Shout out to Tanta Cindy. She's a massive Cowboys fan too.
Let's go.
And
How,
she
Tanta
said,
Cindy?
I have a good feeling this year.
Yeah.
We can at least make it to the championship game, to the NFC championship.
Not even Super Bowl.
Not,
Not even mention Super Bowl,
yeah,
right? She
yeah.
only mentioned.
Yeah. Here we go. Okay. And then you guys,
As long as we're still on the same ring, so I mean, you cannot talk bad about Cowboys.
let's see
Unless-
Monday. Let's see Monday.
All right, let's go. Let's
Exactly.
go.
But we don't have to go to the Super Bowl all the way yet. We can talk a bit more about this regular season first. or-
Of course. So, interesting story, Chach. So, I think this, we're going to talk about the first topic. I think it's really interesting if we talk about the teams and players in NFL during the regular season that is really exceed the expectation
Expectations.
for fans, for analyze, for the fans itself, And I think it's safe for me to say, and I think everybody here will be agree, is Detroit Lions.
Yeah. As someone who supports the Niners and nearly got beat by the Detroit Lions.
Yep. I mean, they should beat Niners.
Literally, they were half a game away.
Yep.
24/7, right? 24/7.
Yeah.
By halftime.
Even the receiver already say bye-bye to...
That wasn't the receiver. That was
Oh,
CJ Gardner
yeah,
Johnson,
yeah,
the defensive
sorry.
back. He
Yes,
talked a
yes.
lot of smack against Debo, and he did actually play well. But never celebrate too early. Never celebrate too early. So, as a Niners fan who watched that game, I was definitely concerned, and I think that legitimized. Even before that, honestly, it's legit. Like the Lions are definitely legit this year.
Of course.
I'm not even, again, to be frank, I know that I haven't watched football as much as maybe some of the viewers here. Not as long, at least. I wasn't watching football back when Stafford was there, back when he did that game-winning drive.
Yep.
But I know that the Lions haven't done too well. And I know that they had like a 3-game winning record seasons ago.
3 years
or
ago.
2 seasons ago. 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
And then last season, they were already above 500 with 9-8. 9 wins, 8 losses,
Yeah.
which is already great. And suddenly this year, they're,
12-5.
12-5. That's
They
the
are
same.
12-5. They're first in the division. They are third in the conference. And
Damn.
12-5 is the same record as the first
49ers.
Niners, yes,
Yeah.
and also Cowboys.
Yeah, but we don't care about that.
Again,
I'm
okay,
sorry.
I'm going to repeat every time you say bad about Cowboys, we still have the same ring.
I know,
Okay.
but you're no longer in the playoffs, so it doesn't matter. And you got beat before the Lions got beat.
I
So,
know. Okay.
I mean, in any case.
I mean, if we have another podcast, we'll talk after the Niners lost again. So
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I agree. I would say that the Lions definitely stepped up. And you can see Jared Goff has his confidence back. I think
Yes.
I'm just looking at some stats here because it's a lot of stats. I definitely have to have
True,
some on my
true.
laptop or phone, right? And in terms of rushing, their offense is 5th. They
Yep.
had Jameer Gibbs and Jameson Williams, right?
yes.
And they torched us in that game in the NFC Championship.
Yeah.
Like they played really well. And in terms of passing, they're 4th as well. The 3rd overall, like honestly.
Third overall and third in the conference.
Like I don't know. The Detroit Lions just killed it this year, and you can put that on a bunch of stuff, whether it be the defense and the offense. The defense is actually so-so. They're much better with playing against the run. Rushing defense, they're second.
They're second.
They
yes.
hold. They tend to hold opponents to like 89 yards rushing, which is solid. And Their passing defense is not the best though. I think it's like 20 something, 29th or so. But overall, Jared Goff definitely has his confidence back.
Yep.
He has Amon-Ra St. Brown as well, who is
Man, he's
just a beast. An
Yeah.
absolute beast.
Yeah.
Honestly, an absolute beast catching like what's his hair? Blue? His hair is blue, right? Like, but he catches the ball with I don't know. He's really strong. That's the only thing I can say because I know that his dad was a previous Mr. America or something like a bodybuilder, right? And he trains as
It's
well.
not Arnold, right?
Sorry,
it's not Arnold, right?
No.
You know Arnold, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. It's not Arnold. But I know that Amon-Ra trains with his brother as well, Equanimity St.
Yes.
Brown.
He's in the Jags, I think.
He's in the Jags, yeah. Yeah, he's in the Jags.
If I'm not wrong, yeah.
And like I think he averages around 95 yards per game. I mean, Amon-Ra.
Actually, he's third in receiving leaders.
In the entire league?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
He's third. And then total yards, it's 1,500.
Yep.
And he got like 10 TDs with only 16 gameplay. Because we have 17 gameplay.
17 games, right? Yeah.
16
yeah.
gameplay.
You make it sound as if they're like playing 50 games, but you're just missing one, okay? But understood. It's still hella impressive. And Jared Goff as well. He's definitely got, as I've been saying, definitely got his confidence back. He's second in passing leaders with 67.3% completion. And I would attribute that as well to their offense is quite tricky. Their offense is very tricky. Even the first touchdown they scored in the fourth play against the Niners in the NFC Championship game.
Yep.
That was a fake run, and it became not a wheel. I forgot what it's called. Like not a sweep either. Basically, the receiver is the one who ends up running, right? And he goes all the way around. And sorry if I got my terminologies mixed up or something, but in any case, they're really good at deception. They have. I remember this one play where they had Amon-Ra as the running back, and they had the running back as the receiver, and then it was a motion, and you'd fake the handoff. They'd have one guard pulling as if it was a run, but it wasn't. Laporta was faking like he's blocking, but he would actually go downhill. He would actually go up, so everyone would miss that. And the linebacker, as someone who plays defense in flag football, which is like I don't wear helmets, right? You don't wear helmets.
Yeah.
Like, NFL wears helmets.
Yes.
And so you can only imagine how much more difficult it would be when you're playing and your vision is completely blocked and you're trying to figure out are they running, are they passing?
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So their deception is so good that I would argue Jared Goff definitely has more time in the pocket now because they don't know what's going on, right? For sure. And on top of that, Penei Sewell plays really well. So, yeah, I mean, the Detroit Lions really killed it this year.
Yep.
And
I think
Sam Laporta, too.
Yeah, I mean, if you go for Lions, you should talk about Sam Laporta. I mean, he's a rookie. Is he a rookie? But
is he a rookie?
Yeah.
I know Puka. Okay, is he a rookie? Okay. Sam Laporta, I know one thing. My a friend of mine as well. He plays NFL fantasy, and it's funny because he suddenly just drafted Sam Laporta. He that was the only tight end left or something, and apparently Sam Laporta is the one saving his team in fantasy. So Laporta is just killing it right now.
Yeah.
And I think he's targeted 7. Like I don't know, Laporta. If they weren't going against the Niners in the NFC Championship game, I would have 100% rooted for the Lions.
Yeah.
For sure. I would have rooted for the Lions.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And Dan Campbell, I don't know if you watch any Hard Knocks, but...
Yeah, I watch. Yeah, I watch specifically the Lions, actually.
Yeah, exactly. And he joined some of the drills, too. He does some of the drills. But
He's really passionate about everything.
He is. And it's cool seeing the management's trust in what he's doing. Yep. And it's really paid off. 12-5, top of the league. I mean, that's the best record, right?
Yes.
Right? No, Baltimore has the best record, I think.
Oh, you mean for Lions or for the whole NFL?
Whole NFL.
No, not
but
the best.
They're the best in the NFC, as in because Niners, Cowboys, and them have the same. Right? Yeah.
Yes.
But Dan Campbell, he is really brave on fourth downs.
Yep.
Although that did cost them.
I know where you go.
Although that did cost them. That wasn't the only thing that cost them though. Because I know that people will definitely look at the 4th and 2s and 4th and 3s that he lost.
Yes.
And the Niners didn't even blitz on that. They didn't blitz. They just let their defensive tackles do their jobs, right? Now, people will say those are the 2 plays that killed it. Yes and no. I think that there's one more play, but let's talk about the fourth down misconversions first.
Yep.
You're up by that much. Just take the field goal. To be honest, we know that that's Dan Campbell's character that he wants to go for. It's to the point now where people have sort of made it a joke where they don't call him Dan Campbell, they call him Dan Gamble.
Dan Gamble.
Which makes sense. Okay, fair enough. And it ended up costing them. Those two
I mean-
plays really cost them the
I
game.
mean, if I
right?
can say, he's also doing that during regular season, right?
He did.
So it's like it's his personality, I think.
I know, but at the
People
same
say
time,
it's his ego. Yeah, I mean, yeah, of course they have. I mean, all players should have egos. But then again, his gambling is sometimes it's paid off. And
yes,
it's
but
it's a one-time game.
this is the playoffs. This is the playoffs. This is the NFC Championship. It's hard as heck to get to that level
I know.
again. Even he admitted it
Yeah,
afterwards,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And you're up 24-7, 17 points. That's more than that's more than two scores. Like, just kick the ball. But again, as a Niners fan, I'm very happy because we won. I was.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I had a meeting at that time. It was on Zoom.
So if any of your boss watching here,
No.
listening here, well, you know where Shachi's head at. Back at that day.
I was cheering off cam. It was a great day to be a Niners fan. So, but again, shout out to the Detroit Lions. Shout out to Dan Campbell, to Amanat, to Aiden Hutchinson as well. He might be one reason why
He's
why the
Michigan
running
boy.
defense.
Yeah,
Michigan boy.
Yeah.
So, and I think he has like 3 interceptions this year too, which is impressive
Impressive.
for a defensive tackle for
I
for an edge rusher, right? So,
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep. I know him because I also watched the what do you say?
Hard Knocks.
Yes,
Hard Knocks. Yeah, Hard Knocks.
because they discuss him a lot, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true. So yeah, great game. It was a great game and great job to the Lions this entire season. There
If there's
were
any
other teams as well.
Lions fans here listening, props to you guys.
Yeah, props for
Well,
sticking through all the hard times.
Okay, you know what fun?
What?
Okay, we're going to NBA. Detroit Pistons is not that good now.
I think they had like 3 or 2 games
Yeah,
that they've
now
won,
maybe
right?
5 wins. So funny thing is, okay, fun fact. When Lions got beat up by Niners,
Yep.
on that same day,
What a great day.
Pistons win a game.
Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny. That's funny because I think people would have preferred the other way around. Anyway.
I know. It's like all the comments if you read in Instagram, like, wow, so why have to be this Detroit, not that Detroit?
Yeah, for real. Oh man.
It took one heck of a loss
Yeah, I
for
bet-
one team in Detroit to get a win in the Pistons.
Yeah, Lions fans were all their palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. Is that it? Eminem reference? No?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, all right, whatever. So good job to the Detroit fans for sticking with this team, and they
Right.
definitely proved that they're the team that exceeded expectations,
Of course,
right? So
yeah.
as a Sacramento Kings fan, I know what it's like to be with a team that
I
sucks
know.
for so long.
And still sucks now.
What do you mean? We made it to the playoffs, so
All right, okay.
continue.
So that's from NFC. Why don't we move to AFC?
yeah,
okay.
let's go to the AFC.
Yeah. So in AFC,
Full disclosure, though, I actually don't watch too much AFC.
it's fine. It's
for some
fine. It's
reason,
fine. It's
but,
fine. So,
yeah.
but I think it's also we all can all agree we can talk about Texans.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
CJ
know it's
Stroud.
not Dallas in Houston, but still.
I found out that a lot of Houston fans are like snobbish. Apparently, that's a stereotype, I guess.
I don't know.
But whatever, they can be snobbish
I
when they
don't
have
I
a QB like
I heard
CJ Stroud.
Bay fans should get the Jets. Like
Bayern fans?
San Francisco fans also like.
No, they're
yeah.
great. They're great. Just
Okay.
ask the Lions fans. But in any case, yes, the Texans killed it, and I
Yeah.
think like CJ Stroud just kills it on the field,
yeah.
passing deep and everything.
Yeah.
That game-winning drive against the Buccaneers, I think it was week
Yeah.
7, week 8.
And I think he has that mentality because if you look at the last regular season game,
yeah,
it was a game against Colts.
yeah,
It's a decision game whether
that's true. Whether they make it to the
whether
playoffs, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
And he plays so good. I mean, I know Colts not that good, but still, like for a rookie QB,
yeah.
playing against Colts that have a history of Super Bowl.
Mhm.
I mean, they win a ring. They have
Yeah.
a history,
Yeah.
and they can beat like that. So
The Texans are 5th in passing with 270 yards, like on average per game. Now that aside, I think that the one thing that we can attribute, I think the one thing you can attribute to them doing very, very well, especially is their drafting. To be honest, because they got
Yeah.
CJ Stroud second.
Yes.
They could have gone for Bryce Young, but apparently they were happy to get CJ Stroud because
Yeah.
Stroud
I
actually
think
has a
they see
better
something
build.
from
Yeah,
CJ Stroud,
he's taller, he's bigger, right?
yeah.
He has
yeah.
better arm strength. So Stroud was 1. Will Anderson at 3rd, the defensive tackle, and he's gotten 7 sacks. He's got the second most sacks on their team. actually.
Ah,
So
wow.
at 7 as a rookie.
Yeah.
So and then on top of that, they got Tank Dell as well.
Oh,
Tank Dell.
I love him.
Yeah, he got injured
Too
right
bad,
week,
yeah.
week
Too bad the
10,
injury.
week something.
Yeah.
But then Nico Collins stepped
He
out,
played
right?
11 games, so.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, props to CJ Stroud. Props to D'Amico Ryans, another former Niners coach. Let's go
Well,
Niners. Bang, bang, Niner gang.
I cannot say no to that.
Exactly.
People have been talking about him also. Like,
Yeah. Did you know that the Texans started 0-2 and they never had a 2-game losing streak again the entire season?
Really?
Yeah. Crazy.
Wow.
Crazy. And I don't know, like apparently Stroud at the end of December, the start of December, he was leading the NFL in deep passes in terms of completions, in terms of passing yards, touchdown to interceptions, and passer ratings. A rookie.
A rookie.
Yeah.
A
Within
rookie.
we start the season at
With
like
the
September,
rookie
right?
receiver too, right?
Yeah, Tank Dell.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I don't know. It's pretty cool. And apparently Stroud also for like 1/3 of the season, so 1/3 of the games he threw over 300 yards in each of those games. I don't know. Shout out to Stroud. Shout out to the entire organization and
Yeah.
definitely the team that exceeded expectations, right?
And also, there's a good TE there.
I don't actually know, to be honest.
Dalton Schultz.
Oh, Dalton Schultz.
Yeah,
Ah,
he's from
true.
Cowboys.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway,
Well,
you know.
you bring up Ryan's. Why don't I? Can
Okay,
bring up,
one thing I will bring up about the Cowboys is this is related to another team that actually I think exceeded expectations. We don't have to talk about this too much because this is road to Super Bowl, and we
Yes,
should
yes.
probably start talking about the Niners too
yeah,
and the Chiefs.
and the Chiefs.
But about the Cowboys, when they got beat up by the Packers,
thank you.
now the Packers is another team that I think exceeded expectations. Jordan Love, right?
Of course.
In the first
yes.
9 games, they
Yes.
lost 6. They only won
Yeah,
3.
I think they're like 1-5 or 2.
Yeah,
I
it was,
forgot,
it was 3 and 6.
It was
3
really
and
bad.
6. And then the last 8 games, they won 6. That's insane. That
Yes.
turnaround is insane. I don't know what happened specifically, but Jordan Love and his arm, insane. But also, there's one play that I really liked. It was in the end of the second half against the Cowboys. They were up 14-0. Up 14-0. They were just on the outskirts of the red zone, I think. And then it was 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6, something like that. And then Jordan Love does a fake hut.
Yep.
And he sees that the linebackers are blitzing. It's both blitzing, so it's cover 0. As soon as he sees that, it's 10 seconds left. He goes up to the line of scrimmage and he tells everyone, kill. He's changing the routes. Pulls the tight end to block. He pulls the outside receiver in because he knows it's cover 0. And then now the corners that initially had good leverage, now they don't because they didn't switch. And instead the inside receiver
Yes.
has to go against the corner who has outside leverage. So he does a post, touchdown. Yeah. That was an amazing play.
I know.
That was an amazing play.
You know that I know that.
Yeah. So I remember seeing that and just thinking, wow, honestly.
Yeah.
And shout out to the Packers because I don't think anyone was giving Love a lot of love for for lack of a better word. I don't think they were giving Love a lot of love.
Yeah, because of the first bad start, I think.
Yeah,
but after that, I think all the Packers fans like really rooting for him.
Yeah, and
He had a good mentor.
Yeah,
From
I don't think Aaron Rodgers actually wanted to help him. Also, another thing at the back of the end zone in the Cowboys match, it said "Be Love." Just putting it out there. Just putting it out there.
Yeah, he's good. He's
Yeah.
good.
So anyway,
Oh, I mean, if we talk about QB, I think one more names I think I like to mention is Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco,
Yeah, man.
old man.
Like,
He started, I think, in week 13. Week 13,
yeah,
because
like
Deshaun
middle
Watson.
of the season, right?
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they have the Browns don't have a really good QB.
Yeah,
And they draft him back
they pulled him
from
back.
the dead.
I felt so sorry for him. See, in that game, I mean, I'm not. He got like how many interceptions? Like 3 interceptions.
Three,
I think?
yeah, 3, yeah. But
Against the Texans.
still, I mean, if we're talking about regular season,
Yeah.
he did really good. He's the one that bring Browns up back to a playoff.
Yep. So
Right.
yeah, good on them, I guess. So
You know what fun is? I know now I can still play NFL.
because he's the same age as you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
I mean, he's born '85.
I'll support
means
you.
I can still play NFL.
I'll support you. I'll
I'm-
support you.
no. Sorry. I'm gonna repeat that. I still can play football.
Okay.
Not NFL for sure, but I can still play football.
Got it. Okay. Cool.
Okay, I think. Okay, if we talk about regular season, I still want to talk a bit about regular season because there's a couple of players that I would love to discuss with
Okay.
you. First is for sure Puka Nakua.
Puka Nakua. I swear, I'm pretty sure Puka is like that necklace with shells or something, right? I'm pretty sure in 22 Jump Street, it's like a puka necklace or something. I don't know. In any case, yeah, Puka Nakua stood out.
You still don't figure out that name,
I don't know, but he had the most receiving yards, right, for a rookie.
Yes,
Beat
he broke
Megatron.
records, I think. Yeah.
But Megatron did it in 16 games. But still
He's still
impressive.
breaking records.
And you know what they have in common? Matthew Stafford. Stafford was the
true.
QB for both of them. So shout out to Puka Nakua and shout out to Matthew Stafford. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And last but not least, I think we talk about offense. Now we switch into
Defense?
defense. Come on, you got to say the name.
Who?
Darren Bland.
Yeah, Deron Bland. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he leads the league in interceptions, right?
I know.
Pick sixes.
It's
pick
a
sixes.
9 interception. Have 6 pick
Sixes. That's insane.
It also broken record.
Yeah, that's crazy. He's a rookie. No, he's not. a
No,
rookie.
no,
he's
it's
not a
not.
rookie. Yeah,
But he step up for Diggs.
yeah, that's really good. That's really good. So
But I know you don't want to talk a lot about this.
nobody wants to talk about the Cowboys, okay? So we definitely want to talk about the Niners and the Chiefs
Okay.
because it's called Road Super Bowl, and the Cowboys aren't in the Super Bowl. Sorry, sorry. I'm just gonna take every shot I can.
And still, I'm gonna repeat again. We still have the same ring.
Okay.
Cowboys and Niners. Okay.
Got you.
Okay. So maybe next podcast.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go to our main topic then.
Yep.
As we know, this will be a rematch between Niners and.
What a heartbreaking game that was. What a heartbreaking game.
I think I watched it here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
think
supposed to watch it here.
I watched it here with Igar, I think.
Yep.
Igar,
Shout out to
yes.
Igad, our quarterback.
Yeah. So-
He also felt he also felt losing in the finals
Yeah.
as well.
Maybe I have to remind you again. Chiefs beat Niners 31-20.
You don't have to remind me.
No,
but,
it's okay.
yeah.
It's okay. It's part of the podcast.
Okay.
Because stats is important.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Numbers is really important.
Just so
in
you
this game.
know, I was supposed to watch that game here. It didn't happen. I suddenly had a meeting at 7 in the morning, and then I shut off all my notifications. I think I deleted a bunch of apps like Bleacher Report and everything. to make
Deleted?
Yeah. And then I went home, bought the Super Bowl game. I was so loud in the first half.
And then,
Silence in the second half. Just absolute heartbreak.
well,
Anyway.
I think. So will history repeat?
According to statistically, apparently coaches that face each other again in the Super Bowl, they'll win again. So I hope history, I hope history does not repeat itself. I hope history does not repeat itself.
Yeah. So you think Niners will get the revenge, or Mahomes worth $500 million?
The thing is, Mahomes is just so damn good in the playoffs.
I know.
Like in the regular
know.
season, he was okay. He actually throws a lot more short routes now than he does deep. He doesn't go deep as much.
Yeah.
I think he's adjusting to his place. He doesn't have Tyreek Hill anymore, right? So he doesn't have anyone who's as
Yes.
explosive. And Kadarius Toney keeps dropping the ball.
Yeah.
And MBS as well, right?
Yeah. Scanting.
Kelsey is also, with Taylor. We don't have to discuss that. We don't have to discuss that. But long story short, Mahomes this season was okay. He threw a lot of interceptions. I think 14. That's
Yeah.
like one a game.
I think Chiefs regular season is not that good.
Yeah. But the thing is, he steps it up in the playoffs.
Yep.
He really does. He's so unpredictable. And on top of that, the Chiefs' defense, their passing defense is so good. Steve Spagnuolo likes to mix up a bit. He likes to do a mix of cover 2 and cover 0 a lot.
Mhm.
So he blitzes. I think he's got he blitzes the 5th most in the entire NFL. Their team blitzes the 5th most, and it always works. Like I think they have 73 unblocked blitzes this entire year, which is
Wow.
insane, right? Like 73 unblocked blitzes. That's a corner blitzing.
So you think they prepare this for CMC?
Yeah, well, maybe. The thing is, like, if you blitz during a run, if it's from the outside, maybe it'll work. I don't know, especially because the Niners like to run towards towards Trent Williams' side,
Yeah, yeah,
actually.
yeah.
They go out quite a bit. Because when you have Kittle, Juszczyk, and Trent
Yeah.
Williams, you definitely want to run behind them. You're definitely going to gain yards,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So we'll see what their plans is for that. But Steve Spagnuolo really likes to dial up like cover 2s, which is interesting because that should mean you're weaker against the run. And according to stats, like KC, their run defense is subpar. It's like it's okay.
Yeah.
But they
yeah.
do have really big, like in terms of size, they have really big tackles. Chris Jones, George Karlaftis,
Mhm.
and they're good enough to hold that defense. in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And one tactic that they actually used against Baltimore was the same tactic that they used that the Niners used against Eagles, because Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson are basically the same, right? They're the
Yeah.
same. They're running quarterbacks.
Yes. Yes.
They had the same tactic and it worked. What worked was
There are
they would-
quarterbacks that run.
yeah. As in the defensive tackles, they didn't try to go for the sack. They didn't. They just tried to contain the quarterbacks and dared them to pass basically
Yeah.
and see how it goes. And it worked. Completely worked. Now Purdy is not that type of a player, so they're probably not going to do that. They probably want to crush they want to destroy the pocket more than anything. And funnily enough, like I said, they blitz. They blitz fifth most, but Purdy is very calm in the blitz.
Yeah.
Purdy is actually very calm. In the last game against Lions, he left the blitz and he threw the use check on the sideline.
Yes.
That was pretty impressive. So I think in terms of stats, KC blitzes fifth most in the NFL, while Purdy puts up like 132.3% QB rating, which is first in the NFL against blitzes,
Yeah.
which is amazing. He's got 15 touchdowns on those blitzes. I'm not sure what Steve Spagnuolo is going to do. I don't know about that. But also, the KC defense is second in points allowed. They allow less than 18 points, while San Francisco is third in scoring. So I really want to see that matchup.
Yeah.
And even more specifically, I think that one matchup that we should pay attention to is Brennan Ayuk against L'Jarius Sneed.
Yes, that would be a great matchup.
Yeah, Sneed is really, really good in coverage. Like, really good. He got that tackle against, he punched the ball out against Zay Flowers, right?
Yes.
Like, Sneed is their best. He's not even in the Pro Bowl, but he's one of their best receivers.
You know, Pro Bowl doesn't determine anything, right?
it doesn't
Pro Bowl
determine
is like a fans vote.
Yes,
Yeah.
but here's the thing. So Ayuk is the NFL's second leader in terms of 10-plus air yards receiving, behind only Tyreek Hill. While L'Jarius Sneed allows the lowest 10-plus air yards in the regular season with a 24% completion. So that matchup is going to be so interesting to see. And Spagnuolo, even though he likes to do cover two, he does mix it up with cover two man and zone depending on how they run. So I definitely want to see that. Definitely want to see what Ayuk can do. I know that Ayuk likes to go down the middle. He likes to do like an in or a post down the middle, and Purdy likes to throw down the middle. His interceptions have happened mostly through the middle, against the Browns, against the Vikings, against the Bengals, mainly through even against the Lions in the last game. It was down the middle. Rodriguez was the one who got it. So I definitely want to see that matchup. And another thing that I find pretty interesting is the Niners shift or motion yards per play is second best in the league behind the Dolphins. It's pretty funny because Dolphins, Mike McDaniels worked with Shanahan as well, and you can definitely see similarities.
Yeah.
They both do shifts a lot. They both have Tyreek Hill and Brendan Ayuk, who are top two in terms of top 10 yards, 10+ yards. So Niners are really high. I think they use motion 79% of the time. 79% of their plays they use motion or shifts, right? And KC also does it at like 66% of the time. But here's the thing. Even with the Niners doing it 79% of the time, KC, the Chiefs allow the fifth least yards per play on shifts or motions. So when a team is doing a shift or a motion, KC is going to stop that quite well. They're only going to allow probably 6 yards or 5 yards or 4 yards or something.
So there will be a very interesting matchup.
Yeah, that matchup is just... It's kind of meant to be. So
I know.
It's crazy. CMC is
so
a
you're
rushing
saying
leader.
NFL is rigged? No.
Nah. It was rigged based on the colors of the Super Bowl
it should be
logo.
Ravens
It should be Ravens against the Niners.
Niners.
It should be Ravens against the Niners. So I don't know.
As you can see, it's not really purple. It's like a bluish thing.
Okay. But if we're not talking about skill players, like if we're talking about the offensive tackles and the defensive tackles, another thing that I find quite intriguing is, first of all, Chris Jones and George Karlaftis both have 10.5 sacks. They both have 10.5 sacks. That's really good for the Chiefs, right?
Yes.
And they're going against Trent Williams, who's solid. I think he's only allowed 3 sacks or something.
Yeah.
I don't worry about Trent Williams, okay? I don't worry about Trent Williams.
You don't worry about that side.
Nobody worries about Trent Williams. But the problem becomes that Colton McKivitz, the outside tackle, the right tackle, is the O-line in the Niners team that allows the most sacks. Sacks. So that's a bit concerning. Is George Karlaftis is on that side. That's a bit concerning, and Purdy has to be careful with that. However, the caveat here is throughout the playoffs, he has not allowed a sack. So that's good. Let's hope that he keeps it that way. As a Niners fan, I hope that he keeps it that way.
But I think, Chach, every NFL fans will know that the matchup between QBs, that is the most interesting part, right? It's like Mahomes against Purdy. It's like the system QB. I don't know if you agree with that. Me personally, I don't really agree with that.
Yeah.
Terms with Brock Purdy. I think it's a solid one.
Yeah.
Okay. Even as a Cowboys fan, I have to say that. And against Mahomes, like improvisation QB.
Yeah, I think
I don't know, man. Like every time I watch him play, like he improves a lot. In my
Yeah, for
opinion,
sure.
Yeah,
As someone who watched him, beat the Niners a few years ago, still so frustrating. But it really is his improvisation that's just different. That's
Yeah.
honestly the thing that's different. You can contain him and everything, but he just has this peace, this calmness
Yeah.
to see who's open and wait to see who's open.
We don't even
Now-
know if it's a broken play or not.
Yeah, but keep in mind he doesn't have the same weapons, and we'll see how it goes this year. In terms of matchups, Purdy I think is ridiculously good for someone that size and drafted. He is the lowest drafted QB to play in the Super Bowl.
Ah.
There is a caveat though. There are two QBs who played in the Super Bowl that were undrafted, but he's the lowest drafted QB. Okay, at 262, Mr. Irrelevant. So,
Yeah.
and he's really short. Like he's short for a QB.
For a
so,
QB,
right?
yeah.
Can't see
But,
as
but
high.
it's not shorter than Mahomes, right? I think they're
Mahomes
same
is shorter.
I know.
Sorry. Mahomes is taller. I'm pretty certain. I don't know. I'll look into it.
Right.
But I think it's an interesting matchup. I don't think Purdy is a system QB. Why? Because as someone who's currently wearing a Jimmy G jersey, a Jimmy G shirt, he was more of a system QB, right? He definitely
Yeah.
was, and he had the same weapons more or less, right?
No,
Yeah.
Jimmy G is not a system QB. Jimmy G is a QB that will give the RB the ball every time.
No, okay? I still think Jimmy G is a good
That's
quarterback,
the only system he knows.
but we're not talking about that.
Okay.
Now, if we're talking about this Super Bowl, I will say that Purdy is not a system QB. I think that he's proven himself to be really, really good. He can improvise as well. In the Lions, he got out of that sack and he rushed for like 28 yards or something in that game.
Yeah.
Crucial downs too.
Yeah, I
Crucial
saw.
downs that ended
No,
up
I watched the game.
ended up being a touchdown. So that's not something that Jimmy G would have done. Very rarely would Jimmy G do that because he was the backup to Tom Brady, and Tom Brady never does it. So and their scheme is not for that, right? Their scheme is not for that. So that's an interesting matchup. And if we're talking about weapons, yes, it's true that the Niners have more weapons. I would
Of
say.
course.
For sure.
Of
You have Kittle.
Sorry, I have to stop you there.
Go for it.
So, in my opinion, like the weapon of the KC is on the QB,
Mm-hmm.
right? The Niners is the other way around.
But Purdy, dude, you can't just
I know
say.
he is good. He is good, but still, if you put Jimmy G there, they can still go to Super Bowl.
Yeah, well,
You have to agree with that.
No, we'll see. I mean, yes, like I guess to an extent, but in any case, I do think that obviously with CMC, Ayuk, Kittle, Juszczyk, even the one who never gets as much credit, Debo as well. See, the thing is, like, Ayuk has played so well with Purdy that no one mentions Debo as much as more. People don't mention Debo as much. He's been playing really well too.
He also got injured, right?
He did for 3 games, and those 3 games they lost. Just to see how important he is. And Trent Williams didn't play as well. But their weapons are really good. In terms of weapons and in terms of gameplay, even though the Niners have better weapons, what's interesting is KC and Niners tend to like doing a 4th strong front, where they have 4 on one side, 4 receivers, and including the running back on one side, and 1 on the other side. But interestingly enough, they'll execute it differently. KC with Mahomes does like attacking with the front, with the strong front, with the 4 front. So he'll go for Kelsey or something going down.
Yeah. Every time you say KC, in my mind it's like Kelsey.
Yeah, I guess it.
You can say Chiefs,
it makes sense.
actually.
Yeah, the Chiefs. Whereas the Niners, when they do 4 on one side, the priority for Purdy and Shanahan is always the backside because they believe in that one-on-one matchup. Like Ayuk will get that matchup.
I mean, if you have that skilled player that much,
for sure,
you can just go one-on-one.
And the Niners, their defense might be susceptible to this because they don't tend to play, from what I can tell and what I've looked into, they like to play a balanced defense. So even if it's heavy on the right side, so it's strong side here, they won't load up on that side. Therefore, now the Chiefs have a numbers advantage, right? They can just run it because that's typically what teams do. If it's 4 on this side, they just have the running back do a swing.
Yeah. And Mahomes can also run.
Yeah, and block. So I want to see what happens. I really want to see what happens. I hope that it becomes a really good game. I want to see their matchup because both passing defenses are really good.
Yes.
L'Jarius Sneed, Charvarius Ward, Ambry Thomas did not play too well against the Packers. He was exploited actually against the Packers, but I still believe in the Niners passing defense with Charvarius Ward, who's a top. I think he's not the leader in the league in interceptions, but he's definitely up there. He's pretty damn good in terms of interceptions. So let's see how this matchup goes. We'll see how that goes.
So okay, before we go further discussion, I would like to check some questions. So because this is the time we have some questions, maybe.
Question and answer. Okay.
Yep.
Sure.
So let me check. there any questions here? So maybe I encourage again for viewers that listen to this podcast or watch this podcast, if you want to send some questions to us, feel free, please. And Chachi will answer, not me.
I don't even.
I'm just
don't
going to
even
throw the
know.
questions to Chachi. All right?
Are there any questions?
Not yet.
Okay.
Okay.
But it's okay. One thing I do want to say that's another interesting stat is going back about the offensive tackles and the defensive tackles. So we know that there's Nick Bosa and Chase Young,
Yep.
and there's Donovan Smith for the Chiefs. Now, I forgot what the name is of the right tackle. I honestly forgot what the name is for the right tackle. I'm pretty sure I'll figure it out at some point.
Yeah.
But Jawan Taylor.
Okay.
He's the right tackle for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, he is the offensive player in the NFL that leads the league in penalties
Oh,
He leads
and
in
it's going to
penalties
be
against Nick Bosa.
Bosa.
So I am excited to see that matchup. I really
You're
hope,
excited because
as a Niners fan again, I'm gonna be honest. I'm biased, okay? I'm biased. That is how it is, okay? Screw the Chiefs. Screw the Chiefs. Enough, okay? And if you look at the comment section, everyone says Purdy save us because nobody wants
Yeah.
Taylor Swift.
But maybe you should look back at 2020. Maybe they have the same comments and still Chiefs gonna win.
We'll see. I really hope Jamal Taylor commits a lot of penalties. It's tough stopping Nick Bosa, but I know that if Mahomes has enough time, that's trouble.
Mhm.
And if he scores, so here's another interesting stat is when Mahomes or the Chiefs score less than 21 points, they lose those games.
Wow,
But guess what?
that's interesting.
Yeah, but the Niners are the same. The Niners are the same. So any of those teams, if they can score more than 21,
Yeah.
they have a better chance of winning. So we'll see who scores it first, right?
So
I actually think, this is my opinion,
yeah,
I know that according to most stats, not according to most stats, but it tends to be the case that if you win the coin toss, you defer, right?
yeah,
You receive in the second half. But if I were the Niners, again, as a Niners fan,
yeah.
if I were the Niners, I would get the ball first. I would want to get the ball first because it is not easy playing behind.
Mahomes.
Yeah, it is not easy
Yeah.
playing behind. So you want to score first. And again,
I think Mahomes will also do that. I mean, Chiefs will also.
yeah,
do that.
exactly. So we'll see how it goes. And I really think that CMC and Kittle and Williams and Juszczyk can have an effective blocking scheme. They can run the ball well. I
Yeah.
know that the Chiefs are anticipating that. So we'll see how that goes. Whether or not they execute their fourth strong plays and they hit the backside with Ayuk on Snead, I don't know. We don't even know if those will be the matchups. But I really hope, as a Niners fan, that they can exploit those Chiefs' weaknesses. And again, according to stats, their run play defense is so-so.
Yeah.
It's so-so. So, yeah.
Okay. I have an interesting discussion with you too.
Sure.
Wow.
What's up?
Okay, we know for sure like Mahomes will be the star player.
Okay. Yeah.
But who do you think will be the X factor for Chiefs if they gonna win the Super Bowl?
Who do you think is
I'll answer that after that.
Okay,
After you.
X factor. Maybe I could do on offense and defense. Maybe.
Sure.
I think on defense, if George Karlaftis or maybe Chris Jones, one of the defensive tackles have to have a game. They have to have a game because if they can just pressure Purdy, and again, remember Colton McKivitz, he's the tackle that gives up the most sacks in that O-line, right?
Yeah.
So they have to exploit that. If Purdy doesn't have a clean pocket, he can still scramble. He can, but it's not recommended. It's definitely not recommended, right?
Mhm.
And he had that one dangerous pass against to Juwan Jennings. Side note, I love Juwan Jennings. They call him Third and Juwan because he's so good on third down.
Yeah, I saw the catch.
Yeah, that catch.
Yeah.
That was a dangerous catch. That was
Yeah.
not a recommended catch. But because you never throw to the middle when you're crossing, right?
Yeah.
And but I do think that because I think that L'Jarius Sneed will step up. I just think Sneed will play well. Who's their other CB? Teddy.
It's fine.
Yeah, I
We just need
forgot.
one X factor.
But I really think that the defensive tackles will have to step up. They'll be the X factors in terms of offense. Kelsey will play well. He
Yep.
tends to do so in the playoffs.
Because Taylor Swift. is
Taylor's just
watching.
what? Yeah. Okay. All right. But
You know the people like to
Hate on
assume. No, like people like to assume. People like to meramal what's gonna happen. Like Chief's gonna win, and then he's gonna propose
Really?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
in
Belum
the
denger
50
sih.
yards. I don't know.
Okay. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. In terms of
It doesn't really
offense,
matter, but I think it's good enough to bring this up.
in terms of offense, I think Pacheco probably.
Yeah, he's good.
Like
He's good.
he does tend to do well, but I really think he needs to be explosive because the Niners' run defense have been horrible. These first two games, for some reason, they do well in the second half, but they have been horrible. And if Pacheco can exploit that, that's going
They
to be
know
hard
they
to
can
stop.
practice with CMC, right?
Yeah.
They can practice to
But they
stop
can't.
CMC.
But they can't hurt him. They're not
Oh, yeah,
allowed to
true.
hurt him. But seriously, the Lions game, the Lions deceptive game with their run pass options and everything is really good. On top of that, the Packers with Aaron Jones, they have not been able to stop the run, and it's so frustrating to watch because you have Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw, two really good linebackers.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on, and if Pacheco can exploit that, that's hard. That's really hard for the Niners.
And for Niners, sorry, I have to say besides CMC, not beside Purdy, okay?
No, I don't. Yeah. Okay. So beside, I would say actually, it's between Juszczyk and Kittle. It's between Juszczyk and Kittle, but I think I would probably say Kittle more so. I think Kittle needs to step up more in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean he's not doing really well, right?
He had a
For
massive
playoffs.
drop against the Packers. He had a massive drop against the Packers, but they still won. He redeemed himself later, but he can definitely do better. And Juszczyk will be consistent. He's gonna be a good blocker. I don't think he's gonna be used as much as a passer in this case, and he doesn't need to. Like if KC is not gonna if they're not gonna scheme against the run well, which they will, but we'll see if they can stop it because again, you have Trent Williams, Kittle, and Juszczyk. Juszczyk is best used as a blocking fullback. And on defense, I would definitely have to say between. I'm gonna pick one of two. It would have to be between.
So you don't really have that confidence.
I don't know because Nick Bosa needs to step up. Nick Bosa, I think, will be okay.
I mean, how far can he step up anyway against Mahomes?
Chase Young has to step up, actually. Chase Young has to step up. Because Nick Bosa is going to be on Jamal Taylor's side, the most penalties in the NFL. And
I'm pretty sure they're going to double him.
But Chase Young has not been doing too well. And there's this one, I remember the second touchdown, I think, by I think Williams in the Lions game. Chase Young could have ran faster, and you can see him just jogging. He needs better effort, just to be frank, to be very, very frank. And I think Ambry Thomas needs to play better as well, cornerback. Because otherwise they're gonna exploit him. They're gonna exploit him. I don't know with who, whether or not Kadarius Toney or MBS or anybody can play. Oh, Rashee Rice. We'll see. We'll see how they go. But those are the X factors, in my opinion. What about you?
For me, I think for Chiefs, I'm gonna say Chiefs, not KC.
Okay.
I think the X factor will be the O line, the whole O line.
Okay.
Because as you say, if they can hold the line from Mahomes, he can do almost everything.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
so
true.
if
But
the O line will step up,
but the Niners passing defense is really good. They're fourth in the league in terms of completions.
I know, but it's against Mahomes.
And funnily enough, Chiefs are also fourth in the league in terms of defense, allowing the fourth fewest total yards. So it's just a really good matchup, to be honest.
Yeah.
So you think the O-line, yeah?
Yeah, and as for the Niners, I think I agree with you. I go with Juszczyk. Juszczyk, how do you pronounce?
Juszczyk. But when he gets the ball, everyone says juice.
Yeah, I think Juszczyk because for me, he's a star.
Yeah.
But he's not that star that like people really pay attention to.
He's not the Dallas star, right? Sorry.
So like maybe he can like be empty somewhere there.
Maybe.
Right? Yeah.
He did get a good catch. He got two really good catches against
Yeah.
Detroit, one on the sideline and one in the middle. So he can definitely catch, that's for sure.
I know.
But
so like they can sneak him up in the middle or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
So
see.
I think he can be the X factor for this.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see how it goes. We have how many days? 4 days? 5 days? To the Super Bowl?
Yep. To see Niners
Win. And hopefully some of you
I don't
guys
want to
can
finish the sentence.
hopefully some of you guys can definitely watch it here in Ad America. It's definitely gonna be packed.
Yeah,
That's for sure. It's like packed nearly every
6
year. Right?
a.m.
Yeah.
and 6:30 kickoff.
Yeah, get here. I'm pretty sure they're gonna play Madden outside and everything. So
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, we'll see how that goes.
So okay, before we continue, again, I'm gonna check some questions if there's any questions here. All right, I don't. For now, I still don't see any.
That's okay.
Okay, we can talk more. about how Chiefs gonna beat Niners?
I I just think that
Okay, before that,
I'm honestly, I'm not gonna lie. As a Niners fan, I am concerned. I am genuinely concerned. Mahomes, because if you watch
I mean, head to head, also, Chiefs is above Niners, right?
no, a lot of people think that the Niners have the best team on paper. On paper, they're the best team. But the thing is, Mahomes in the playoffs is just unstoppable.
I know.
So
Right.
if you look at a lot of pundits, a lot of sports pundits, they'll ask them, who do you think is gonna win? Most of them actually go for the Chiefs. And I don't disagree in the sense that I can see why they would believe that because
Yeah.
Mahomes just steps up in the
Yes.
playoffs. It's insane.
With
So,
that contract, he has to step
500
up.
million, 500 million, right?
Yeah.
Rupiahs.
I don't know. I can't. That was
Dollar.
my count.
Yeah, but so I am concerned, and whether or not the Chiefs will win, it depends. My biggest concern is not necessarily stopping. Sorry, I'm just gonna take a step back. I'm not as much concerned with Mahomes as I am with the KC's defense. Actually, I
Yeah.
just think that
Because they won the Super Bowl back then also with the defense, right?
yeah, Steve Spagnuolo is just a genius.
Yeah.
Steve Spagnuolo is just a genius. The way that he can mix cover 0, cover 2, blitz it every once in a while, get 73 unblocked blitzes, and they're second in the league in terms of sacks.
Mm.
They're second in the league in terms of sacks. It's definitely not going to happen to Trent Williams, but it
Yeah.
might happen against Colton McKivitz. So we'll see. I just think that it's scary seeing Brock Purdy, again, Mr. Irrelevant, go against a hard-nosed defense. Why? Because the last time he went against a top-notch defense was actually, to be very honest, against Baltimore. That defense was
Yeah.
insane, and they got wrecked.
Yeah.
The Niners got wrecked against Baltimore, and I think Purdy had 3 or 2 interceptions. But to be frank, we needed that game. We needed that game. Like, okay, bring the Niners a bit more down to earth, kind of like the Cowboys. And but all I'm saying is Purdy needs to be very, very careful against the Steve Spagnuolo defense. They didn't go against each other in the regular season. KC and SF did not go against each other this year, and so he has never experienced going against Steve Spagnuolo. And we'll see.
Okay, on top of that, what do you think Chiefs and Niners should adjust after seeing all these regular season games, playoffs, now coming to Super Bowl?
I think
They have to
Probably-
adjust something, right?
all I know is one thing I would be
for example, they use CMC a lot, right?
yeah.
For Niners.
Yeah.
Can they adjust by not using him?
They definitely need to use. I think they need to use Debo a bit more. Again,
He's
like I
gonna
said,
play, right? He's
They
gonna
need
play.
to use Debo and Kittle more. They haven't been using them as much,
I know.
and they're still super useful. And the reason why is because you have CMC. Why would you not use CMC, right?
Yeah.
And the
yeah.
assumption is therefore that because it's a chess game that Spagnuolo is going to use that is going to stop the run. Then therefore you can use Debo and Kittle, right? So Kittle is a massive threat because he's such a threat as a blocker, much more so than Kelsey. And then he can block and then shed and then suddenly become a receiver, right?
Okay.
But I think on the defensive side, Niners, I would argue that Fred Warner would probably have to take Kelsey. I don't know if that's a stupid matchup or not, but he's got the
Kinda.
size. But he's got the size for it. He's got the size for it. Kelsey likes to go down the middle
Yeah.
where Warner usually is set up, and Jerry Greenlaw can focus on Pacheco. I think that their front four can hold up, but
And what do you think? What do you think Chiefs gonna do to adjust?
to adjust if Kelsey can't get the ball.
No, I mean to adjust everything for the to win the Super Bowl.
This is how worried I am with
They don't need to adjust. They
I
just
don't
need
think
to
that
improvise.
I don't think that KC's defense needs to adjust anything.
Yeah.
I am not gonna lie. Like their defense is so damn strong, so potent, and
And their
yeah,
offense.
That's it. And their offense, they have
They
Mahomes.
just need to.
They have Mahomes.
They
So
have only one
that's why
name.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm confident, but I'm concerned at the same time. That's probably the best way I'll put it. So, what about you? Who are you rooting for? Actually, you know who I'm rooting for.
You know who I'm rooting for?
I don't actually.
I'm rooting for Cowboys for sure.
Yeah, but
Well, I just want to have a good game.
okay.
I don't really root for any of the teams because if Niners win, means you're gonna have a more ring than Cowboys. That's one.
But you don't want the Chiefs to win.
Yeah.
Exactly. Nobody wants the Chiefs to win, okay? Nobody wants the Chiefs to win, okay?
Yeah, that's why it's quite confusing. But we need a good game.
Yeah. I do want a good game. And a good game is the Niners winning, so Sorry, I'm too biased. Okay, I am too biased. But yeah, I mean, I just think it's gonna be a good game. I hope it's gonna be a good game. You know, come to At America if you guys are open, and this place is gonna be packed. Place is gonna
Yeah.
be packed, and they'll have it on the big screen, and it's gonna be a vibe. It's gonna be a vibe. So yeah,
Okay, last one.
what's up?
Score.
100. No, it's gonna be.
It's not
probably-
basketball, you know.
I reckon it'll probably be 28-21.
28-21.
Let's see who the 21 is. Let's see who the 21 is.
You're not going for 13? Any teams that get 13?
No, I think they
It's
can
a Taylor
score.
Swift number.
No, no. Well, no, enough with the references. Okay, we're gonna end it now. No more references to Taylor Swift. Okay,
Well,
shake it off. Okay,
that's a good one. All right. Okay. Last check. If there is any questions. Okay. Last check. Okay. I think
all right.
no questions. So
It was fun talking about the Super Bowl.
yeah.
It's always fun.
Thanks, Chachi, for joining us here in Podcast at America.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you all the viewers, listeners, and any Cowboys fan. I'm just kidding.
No
Any
Cowboys.
NFL fans, you know, thank you for listening to us
Yep.
for this podcast, and we'll see you at America 12.
Also, if you can, just give at Jakarta Flag Football a follow. Shout out if you want to play a bit more football. You know, we know it's not American
Yep,
football,
yep,
but
yep.
it's a safer version. We have 5-on-5, 8 versus 8, men and women playing. You'll have a lot of fun. So that's again at Jakarta Flag Football for the women at WFF Jakarta. That's
All right.
at WFF Jakarta.
Again, thanks, Chachi, for coming here.
Thank
Good luck
you.
for the Niners.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you very much, Enrico and Chachi from Jakarta Flag Football, for such an insightful podcast regarding the upcoming Super Bowl 58. It promises to be a great matchup between the Chiefs and the 49ers. I'm sorry I have to put another Taylor Swift reference here. I think we will see if Travis Kelce can find a blank space in the end zone. And ladies and gentlemen, do not forget to join us in the screening for Super Bowl 58 here at America Monday, February 12th. The game kicks off at 6:30 sharp in the morning. My name is Aldi Rashid, and from everyone at America, thank you and see you on the Super Bowl. Bye-bye.